Quora Questions. Is vaping better than smoking? Vaping is indeed much less harmful than smoking. That is also the very reason why it is more dangerous than you might be inclined to think. And no, vaping does not cause the infamous popcorn lungs. Popcorn lungs, or bronchiolitis obliterans, are actually caused by diacetyl, an organic compound used to flavor popcorn. In some countries, such as the United Kingdom, diacetyl is even banned as an ingredient in vapes for that very reason. It is, however, contained in your everyday cigarette. Also, people who switch from smoking to vaping have significantly reduced exposure to toxins associated with risk of cancer, lung disease, heart disease, and stroke, according to the National Health Service in the United Kingdom. And yes, e-cigarettes do contain nicotine, and so are really addictive, but they do not contain most of the dangerous stuff in tobacco cigarettes. And that's how the first basic vaping mantra reads: hello addiction, goodbye cancer. Take my friend John. He is a nurse who smoked for more than 20 years before he took up vaping, in a desperate attempt to try to quit cancer cigs. It's been 7 years, and he hasn't touched a cigarette since. So where's the bad news? The answer? Labrador retrievers. Bear with me. Most biting incidents by dogs and children happen to be with Labrador retrievers. Because Labradors are so nice and calm, parents trust their children in a close neighborhood of Labradors, in stark contrast to those nasty pit bull terriers. And if you allow small kids to play with large dogs, even when the latter are very nice, some dogs will be abused and some kids will be bitten. And that's the problem with these cigarettes. They aren't as nasty as tobacco cigarettes, so more young people who never smoked before try them out. And it is a statistical fact that the chance of becoming a smoker in vapors who never smoked before is much bigger than in non-vapors who never smoked before. Take Victoria. She is one of the best friends of my daughter, and 1 year ago she started vaping. Everyone does it and it's not as bad as smoking, I'm sure you've heard it before. Victoria is contemplating tobacco smoking even now as we speak. She is 13 years old. And that's the vaping dichotomy in a nutshell. If you're a smoker, vaping can help you stop smoking and become a much more healthy person in the end, be it that some of the damage that has been done cannot be undone. But if you have never smoked before, it's a smaller step to start vaping than it is to start smoking. But once you start vaping, smoking is the next step. In short, vaping distances you from smoking, but also seduces you to smoke. It all depends on those who vape. In my opinion, this is actually a really interesting perspective because I never knew anything about e-cigarettes. I just thought they were just flavored water, and I think ideally, e-cigarettes would remain flavored water. But clearly, once companies started putting more things in it than just, water and some flavoring, or maybe it was always the case and I just didn't know, it became more dangerous for those who weren't smokers. Now, it is a good thing that if you're a smoker, that you start vaping instead because, well, it's healthier. But if you're not a smoker, just realize that some vices in the world are actually far more dangerous than they appear. And sometimes, even the most harmless of vices are actually a stepping stone to something more dangerous. Follow me for more Quora Questions.